Wagwan bread bins. I'm in Chamonix, I'm up a mountain, and obviously we're on an adventure. Let's go.
My name's Ben Chapman. I got into cycling when I was 8. My most favourite thing in the world is jumping on a train and just get off and then go ride in that area. It's just the freedom of having a bike and to go anywhere you want.
So yes, good morning and welcome back. Yesterday I spent all day travelling Newcastle upon Tyne to Amsterdam to Switzerland, and then I made around about an hour and a half's coach journey into the beautiful mountains of France. Look at this, in my absolute element, and I'm lucky enough to be able to call this work. But I'm going to explain all. I'm fully aware that last Sunday there wasn't a video, and I apologise, but there's a good reason for it, this being one of them. And yeah, I've got a few more things to talk about, so this is probably going to be a chatty chat. So as some of you are aware, I've modelled for around about 10 years, working for the likes of Reebok, Nike, Barber and even Weetabix as well. We've been up since around about 5 o'clock this morning. I didn't get into bed until 2 from my transfer from Geneva Airport, and we wanted to get sunrise, which we did, and it's been absolutely lovely. Last year I was very privileged to be invited on my first ever trail running adventure with Komoot, and needless to say, it was one of the best things I've done this year. And for someone like me who, as you know, loves adventure, to be with a brand like Komoot, climbing hills and taking pictures, it was something pretty special. So big shout out to Gabby, thank you. And I've continued my love for trail running and walking and hiking and whatever category you want to put it in. And I'm now doing a little bit more, but I'm going to try and get a bike in on this trip, I promise. Love it. It's so sick. I just call it gravel running. Look at this. Switch rounds. Last week I was on another shoot in Scotland with a company called Assos, and that was a bit of an adventure on our bikes, exploring what Glencoe and Ben Nevis had to offer, and that was absolutely, again, beautiful. And it's been a pretty busy week, back to back, Scotland last week and France this week, with actually around about 30 hours of fixing wind turbines in between on night shift, so it's been manic. And on Saturday I was meant to fly out for something that I was really looking forward to, and that was Badlands, and unfortunately it hasn't happened, and I was a little bit upset about it, to say the least. I've been working up to it all year and banging on about it as well. Most videos I say, oh, I can't wait for Badlands, and it just hasn't happened, and there's a couple of reasons for that. So I've been fixing wind turbines now for the best part of 8 years, and I've worked offshore, I've built wind turbines, I've laid cable, I've fixed generators, I've done night shift, I've done day shift, and I've spent a lot of time jumping from different sleep patterns, and it's starting to take its toll a little bit on me and on my family. So I've decided that it's time for change, and I applied for a job that I've wanted to do for an awfully long time, and it's been ongoing now for a year. It's been a pretty lengthy process with fitness tests and DBS checks, and it just so happened the final interview process landed when Badlands was on. So I had to make a decision. Badlands is 1 week of my life. I couldn't justify pushing something back even further just for an event. And I am gutted. I sent Private Foxton, Sapper Foxton, one of my close friends, to do it, and I wished him the best of luck. So yes, new beginnings, and I had to make an executive decision on what I wanted to do. Push back something that's taken a year to organise, or go on a 1 week trip to the Granada Desert. And yeah, I chose to be sensible and continue to pursue something that I've wanted to do for a while. So, no Badlands, and for anyone that's followed me over the last year and I've been going on and on about it, I apologise, because I'm sure a lot of people were looking forward to my adventure. And I was too, and a massive sorry to Team Cycles and all the other brands that have supported me, but they're all aware and they've all been lovely about it. But there's going to be a lot more adventures to come. I'm at the bottom of this hill now and I've chatted all the way down it, so it's time to go get some breakfast. So we've had a little bit of coffee, I've had a quick swim, little refresh, and now we're off to our second location, which I've been told is somewhere up there. And we're staying for the night as well. So we got the ski lift up about 2,500 and we got some really cool shots just with the sun coming over the mountains, and now we're making our way back down. I'm staying up here tonight in like a hostel stroke refuge, which will be pretty cool, and then we're back up in the morning to make our way down again. Guys are just in front of me, climbing mountains, taking pictures. You can tell by the smile on my face how cool it is. But yeah, this will be all snow come December. It's pretty dope though. But like I said, there will be some bikes in this video, hopefully, maybe towards the end. Keep watching. But yeah, I'm going to descend this. It's pretty sketchy. After an hour's descent downhill, we've made it to our accommodation for the evening. Don't get too excited. A Refuge. Let's see what our cameraman thinks. Tell the viewers, what do you think to our accommodation for this evening?
It's just epic, isn't it? Can't wait.
It's not like the one we just had.
No, it's not.
I was lounging by the pool about an hour ago. So it is the following morning, and last night I spent the second night I've ever spent in a refuge on a mountain, and I'm starting to like them. The first time was an experience. 40 people in bunk beds, very close proximity, lots of snoring, and this time I prepared myself for it. Things you need to know about a refuge. that one last night, which is just there. We got breakfast, dinner. They've got beers, wines, drinks. We paid €68, and you are basically in a bunk bed with about 40 to 60 other people. Communal showers and washing facilities, and it's definitely not for the faint-hearted. But if you want to stay on a mountain, and like we are, want to be on location to get up at 6 a.m. and start shooting straight away, then they're absolutely perfect. The plan for this afternoon is to chill out a little bit after we've got this morning's shots, and then we'll go back out tonight in the dark to another refuge on the opposite side of the mountain. Then I'll be making my way home tomorrow. This is pretty steep now. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed seeing some behind the scenes of what some of the work I do entails. And hopefully I'll be able to do a flash. I'll be back at home and riding the bike. But for now, I better catch these guys up. So, with the smoothest transition known to man, I'm back at home. Whew, it's windy. So yeah, quick flight home, and I made it back to County Durham. So, I've had a smoothie and I am nearly 18 miles into this one. Just gave Red Hills a dig. It's just a local segment in Durham. I think it pitches out about 12%. Said I was minus 9 seconds off of it. My legs are in absolute bits. I weighed my Bergen when I got back from France and it weighed 10 kg. So I've basically been climbing up mountains all week with 10 kg. My quads feel really, really loaded. But I thought I'd get out and spin the legs out this morning. I returned last night to some excellent news. And as I mentioned, although I missed Badlands, because it was the final assessment for my new job, it was all worth it, because I got back last night to a phone call that I've got the job and I am absolutely over the moon. This opportunity came up around about a year ago, so it's been a lengthy process and it seems like it's worth it now. As much as I was absolutely devastated to leave Foxy on his own at an event that we had planned so much, last night's phone call was very, very welcome, and yeah, I'm over the moon. Unfortunately, I was far too busy to rent a mountain bike in France, but I've ended on my own bike, and some fantastic news. I'm going to put the camera down and enjoy the rest of this ride. Please remember to comment, like and subscribe, and I'll see everyone on the next one.